Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the garage. So you saw the title of the video and I'm super stoked. I'm so excited. I was gonna wait and film everything on camera for you, put the tripod up when I open this thing, but I could not help myself. I had to just pull it out and take a look, and oh, I'm so excited. But you guys are gonna have to wait till a little later in the video for the reveal of our new turbo for the drag truck, and we'll talk about it a little bit and all that, but we do have some work to do before we get to that. But just gonna keep you in a little bit of suspense, but the smile on my face is any indication to you, I am stoked. This thing is gnarly. So anyhow, we have a whole list of stuff to do to the drag truck tonight because we are putting it back in drag race mode. So we need to get off our sled pulling stuff. We need to put our Menser coilovers back on the rear, get our drag radials on, all that sort of stuff. We have to get our parachute back on the truck. We have to straighten up our power thing, mount our nitrous bottle, all that kind of stuff. We've all this kind of stuff to do because hopefully tomorrow tomorrow evening, which be probably maybe a couple days for you guys, but we're gonna hit the track and at Cecil and do some testing soon. So we get to run the truck, put it through its paces a little bit, and see what we can put down in the 8th mile. Only planning on running 8th mile, and the reason for that is that's what we need to do for UCC. That's what we need to do for ODSS. We'll wait till later in the summer to try and put down a big number in the 1/4 mile because it's definitely something I want to do. Run a 9-8 second pass possibly, all that kind of stuff I want to do in the future. So we got a whole list, like I said, of stuff to do. Like nitrous bottle, radials, coilovers, check all our V-bands, check all our fluid, all that kind of stuff, which I already went over. I'm so excited about this turbo. Well, I'll give you just a little sneak peek. We'll just do a little, let's see here. Yeah, we'll just give you that little bit right there. So anyway, once again, super excited about the turbo, but we'll get into that here shortly. Let's get the truck back into drag mode so we can hit Cecil tomorrow. Well, progress has been good. We got our drag radials on all 4 corners. Parachute is mounted, nitrous bottle mounted, coilovers installed, anti-roll bar hooked back up. Got our nitrous line I gotta take some slack out of. We got our power shut off, hooked back up. Everything's working well there. Got our parachute cable all hooked up. Everything's looking good in the rear of the truck. Got drive shaft and drive shaft hoop back in. I removed the drive shaft just so we can working on the anti-roll bar, or not anti-roll bar, the panhard bar the other night, just to make that a little easier. So that is good. We're looking all good in the back of the truck. Rad is full of water. In the front of the truck, we also got all of our solenoids and lines like that all mounted back on the truck. We're gonna have to do some rerouting after we get done fooling with this thing this weekend, because with the gussets on the back of our coilover mounts, the it was that return line, or that line going from our Air Dog filter head, it was coming close to our steering shaft, so we got to rework that. Not a big deal. I think we're good for this weekend. Everything is looking good. So now for the big reveal, I guess you'd say. I'm gonna have to put you guys on the tripod because it is a bit heavy. We got a new turbo for the truck. This thing is awesome. It's humongous, and it is very, very beefy. Yeah, I mean, look at the exhaust wheel on this thing. It is, wow, this thing is awesome. So that's what I'm so excited about. We got a new turbo for the truck. This thing is just completely gnarly. So we got a new turbo for the truck, and like I said, just completely gnarly. So this is the exhaust side. As you can see, it is not like a T6 flange or anything like that. It is a stainless V-band flange, but this is the only way they come. So this is the largest turbo that Garrett currently makes. So, oh, yeah, this thing is quite humongous. So this is a G57 106 millimeter turbocharger. Like I said, this thing is just massive. I actually weighed it because it's so heavy. It's 62 pounds. It's awesome. So got this big old inlet, and like I said, look at that exhaust wheel on this thing. It is just absolutely massive. Aluminum center section, dual ball bearing, all that. Yeah, I am so excited about this thing. It is just gnarly. Like I said, I got home, I knew it was here because of the tracking on it, and I was gonna, like, all right, you know, set it all up, open it up. I got out of the truck when I got home from work. I saw the box and I just opened it up. I had to open it up, and wow, this thing is humongous. So, you know what? Let me put it back next to our 88 millimeter GT55, and I'll show you the size difference. All right, so here is our 88 millimeter GT55. This is a turbo that is very common. It's a big boy turbo that you'll see on a lot of drag stuff. Guys have 91 millimeters, different sizes. You know, a lot of guys use in drag racing, but as you guys can see, it has a 6-inch orifice, and then it bushes down for the actual compressor wheel. Well, we still have a 6-inch orifice, but there's not much bushing down going on. A little bit, but not that much, because this is 106 millimeter, like I said. But just look at the housing size. I mean, look at the exhaust housing on this thing compared to one on our GT55. Big difference. This thing is just massive. It is the best that Garrett has to offer. So why did we get a new turbo for the truck? Well, it's not that we got a new one. We got an additional one. So this bad boy is gonna go like right here or something like that. So for UCC, if you guys didn't know by now, so on Friday we drag race, Saturday we dyno, Sunday we sled pull. So for the drag racing portion, we're going to be using our 88 millimeter GT55 as we have been, because we don't need the power that this combination is going to create. We don't need that for the track. We would probably not be able to put it to the ground. We'd have way too much torque. We'd just be putting way more stress on components than we need to. We're already pushing the 48RE as much as possible with this. This is just, wow. So what we're gonna do is actually compound. So when we get out to UCC, when we're done with drag racing day, we take this exhaust pipe off, and whatever we come up with this is going on, and the 88 millimeter is not going anywhere. It's gonna stay right in place. We'll never have to take it off the manifold. This thing will be like right here, like I said, and we're gonna just feed the exhaust out of the GT55 into our G57, and then the compressor is actually going to discharge right into our 88 millimeter Garrett. So that's the plan. We might be doing something a little different with the intercooler, but I haven't really gotten that far right yet. It's not a major concern of mine, because whatever we do would replace this, and we just have to come up with some new piping and whatnot, but not a big deal. So this is our big boy turbo. What we did was, I always get turbo questions like on Instagram and stuff like that. What do you recommend? Honestly, it's not my field of expertise. I just kind of, when we first put the truck together, we had a S476 on there because I saw what other people were doing with it. And it was like, yeah, that's going to work for our setup. Well, doing this and doing UCC, we need to get professionals involved. So we got our guys down at Hardway Performance involved and said, hey, what do we need to do to put up a number? So that's where this G57 comes in, because this thing, I think I was told this thing will put down 250 pounds of air a minute, which is good for about 2,500 horse or 2,100 horse to the tire. So combining that with this, it's just going to be, we're going to have a plenty of air, and then obviously fuel and nitrous. We already have our SNS, big injectors, dual pumps, and we're going to have all kinds of nitrous, because the other day we got part of our nitrous setup, which is this Nitrous Express solenoid. This is a Lightning 350 or 375. So as you can see, for race purposes, race use only. This is, from what I've found, the largest nitrous solenoid on the market that you can get. So we're going to have this nitrous solenoid, our spool jet, and our other kit of nitrous over there on the intake side. So this is all for the dyno. There is the possibility that this might stay on for the sled pull, but that's something we got to work out. That's just a possibility. Definitely for the dyno. Sled pull, I don't know. If we do sled pull with it, it's definitely getting a filter on it. But yeah, so this is our setup. Let me know what you guys think. This thing is just awesome. Let me get it back out in the light. Yeah, so like I said, I am super stoked with this, and I was telling you guys kind of about the horsepower numbers and all that. If we grab the box that it came in, see, Garrett G57, 106 millimeter, 3,000. The 3,000 is because Garrett rates it at 3,000 horsepower. So that's probably the max airflow. I don't know if because of RPM wise, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I was told, and it was enough to be, all right, let's do it. But needless to say, I'm not screwing around. We're going out there with the best of intentions. We're going to be as prepared as possible, and we're going to just try and take each event individually, but be prepared and just attack it and just go for the gold. So that's kind of the plan. This exhaust housing is absolutely amazing. Wow, this thing is awesome. So Garrett turbos are notorious for being robust and all that, so hopefully we don't have something fly apart. If you guys remember, in 19, the Dirty Hooker diesel guys had a bit of an incident on the dyno, and yeah, we don't want that happening, so that's why we have the Garrett. We're not getting into anything fancy. Well, it's about as fancy as you can get turbo-wise, in my opinion, but we're not getting into the custom stuff like the precision stuff like that. This is a box turbo from Garrett, proven. You know, Garrett knows what they're doing when it comes to turbocharging, so that's why we're going with that. And like I said, we're going for it, full steam ahead. I'm not taking any. I'm not going out there half-assed. So we're gonna go for it. We're gonna see what this Hamilton solid block engine that Freedom Racing hooked us up with. We're gonna see what it's made of. Hopefully we don't break it, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it is a possibility, because I might bring the old stock bottom end unit. I might bring that with me, because it is a very good well, I shouldn't say it's a very good possibility. It is a possibility that this thing could go boom. It just is what it is. We got all the best parts, but at the end of the day, it is still a cast block. But ours is relatively, ours hasn't been thrashed to no end for years like some of the other ones, like ones you might have seen out west that blew up last year. That engine had been tested and ran for years, and you know, it just had a lot of stress to it. Ours is a relatively new build, so I'm not worried about it, but I want to be prepared. But yeah, this thing is, I just can't stop talking about it. I'm sorry. This thing is just gorgeous. It's awesome. I'm stoked. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this turbo. This thing is just wild. I'm so excited about it. So, all right, I'm going to quit rambling about the turbo. We actually have some more stuff to do. We need to actually put a cross member in the front of the truck. So when we did our rack and pinion steering, I never put a cross member back in. It's probably fine because we have a tube up here supporting our intercooler that keeps the frame together, and we also have our mid plate. But it was something I was planning on doing. We're going to do it. I have the tube, so we're going to put that in. clean the truck up a little bit, and then we're going to load the truck on the trailer, and then hopefully the weather holds out and we can get some testing in tomorrow. So anyway, I know that was a long little ramble about the turbo, but I'm stoked about it. Put in the comments what you guys think of this G57. It is one bad mother. Had to pull the front clip off so that way we could get our cross member fully welded in. I didn't record anything, I just wanted to get it done. It's getting late and we still have to load up and do all kind of stuff. But that's done, looking good. Very happy with how that turned out. Plenty of space to our damper there. I think we got like 2.5, 3 inches, but our bump stops back there. We only have like 1 3/4 inches, so we are good. One other reason I wanted to do this, because eventually this cross member is going to get cut like here, and at that point, we won't really have a front cross member. So wanted to get that in so we were good and didn't have to worry about it, and just make sure everything was secured. So kind of checked over a bunch of bolts and stuff on our front suspension. Everything looks good. All the fluids are good. Gave her a quick spit shine. Just kind of wiped it down. The Lexan had to be a little careful. Just kind of wet everything down and then soap and water kind of deal. Didn't get the hose out or nothing, but she's still filthy, but it is what it is. Doesn't matter for what we're doing. So we'll get the front clip on, then we can get her loaded into the onto the trailer, and yeah, hopefully Cecil we come tomorrow and we get to test tune this bad boy. So very happy to be getting this thing back to the track. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. And that, woo, I'm excited about that big bad boy. Woo! Yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm going to finish wrapping up, get this thing on the trailer, and hopefully the next video you see will be at Cecil County Dragway. So please like the video, subscribe down below. Catch you guys on the next one. Get out in your garage, get the wrench on your truck.